All right. So what's happening? I went to the Casa del Mar last night after I saw you.
For your birthday.
Yeah. And I was thwarted.
By
who? Do you know what that place is?
Maybe
It's like next to Shutters on the beach. It's like a really nice hotel.
Yeah.
It's my special occasion place in
Santa
Monica. There's like a nice lobby. You can sit there, and there's a.
I think I've been there once.
Yeah. So I've gone there the last 2 birthdays and had dinner by myself with my dog, like a old Parisian lady.
Yeah.
Which is what I wanted to do last night. And I got there, and the hostess was like a young girl with a mask on, who kind of stopped me and was like, "Is that a service dog, sir?" And I'm like, "Yes." And it like put me off. And then I started thinking about like her. I thought about like she was taking pleasure and immediately trying to limit my pleasure.
How do you feel about service dogs?
She like my dog she's like perfect. If you have like a clean, good dog, it's fine.
So did you get busted last night?
Well, she put me off.
You just got too upset.
No, I became like aggressive. I wasn't aggressive, but I was like, yes, she is. But like the bigger problem is who hired this girl who's wearing a mask? She's the hostess at like a nice restaurant.
Really bad look. What do you think?
Can you imagine? What do you think the hiring process was? Do you think that girl showed up in a mask to her interview? And some idiot was like, we should have a girl with a mask greet people at like a really nice special occasion restaurant. I think we're like glossing over the people who still wear masks around here, and I see a lot of young people doing it. We're like glossing over the mental illness behind that.
I agree.
Like I saw her, I'm like, oh yeah, she's a service dog and you're mentally ill. Go yourself. So I didn't have dinner there. And then I went to the front desk and asked the lady, because that's the thing about that hotel. It's like it's a nice dog friendly hotel. So you can sit down there and like have a drink with your dog. And she was like, oh no, she just doesn't know, she's new. And then I sat down in the lobby. I'm like, all right, I'll sit down for like a few minutes. There's a guy playing like Steve Winwood songs on the guitar. I'll just like sit here and see, maybe I'll just have a drink here or something. And then the waiter comes up to me and he's like, hey, is that a service dog, sir? And I'm like, who the like killed the joy here? There's no more joy. Like all of these people are just trying to like limit fun and nice things. It's like it's all this like commie.
No, but this is interesting that you're reading that as a leftist thing, because to me that screams not that conservatives would care about service dogs, but like not wanting dogs in the nice space is a more conservative. I feel like if you were on the other side, if you went to a nice restaurant and there were dogs everywhere, you'd be like, what the fuck? Like these commies are letting the dogs in the restaurant.
That's a good point. But in this case, I've been going there for years. And it's like they have rules about. The woman also said to me at the front desk, she's like, your dog cannot be on the furniture. It can't be disruptive, but otherwise it's fine.
I mean, that's a good conservative.
But the commie part in this whole thing is showing up at a nice restaurant and having a little in a mask immediately trying to ruin your experience. That's like an authoritarian impulse to be like, is that a service dog? Is he gonna up? Then I can kick him. That's what she wanted. She wanted to block me from having dinner, like having a nice time, because she hates me. Like all unconscious or conscious, she hates me for some reason. And that was her immediate thing, was like, I'm gonna block this guy. And like there's a ghoulish pleasure in that I associate with like communist movements of young people. They're like sick. That girl is sick. She's wearing a mask to work. Can you imagine getting a job as a hostess in a restaurant and wearing a mask. I bet she did the interview, didn't wear a mask, and then in her psychodrama, like showed up gleefully with the mask on the first day to be like, what's the problem, motherfucker?
Right. I think that
That's what it is.
There is a weird psychology to like.
That's
she
left.
wants
That's
to
like
make things-
psychotic leftism.
But then everybody does that. The Trump people
Who?
do it too.
They wear
People, like,
masks
should-
and
should,
try and like ruin
like,
people's
wear
fun.
MAGA hats to get a rise out of people in like spaces that they
Wearing a
know.
mask and covering your face is like on another level of mental illness.
But it's
Wearing a
not-
MAGA hat, by the way, I've spent like a lot of time I wear my Trump stuff around, and my initial aim was like normalizing,
You do
like
it.
I'm a normal
What
person.
if she said,
Why
"I
is
don't
that I can wear what it like? It should just be normal if these people, and we're just normal. It would be like, okay, you're wearing like, I saw this guy wearing a Katie Porter t-shirt at the farmer's market. This like unshapely dude, like walking away from the farmer's market. It's like, that offends me,
Yeah.
you know? So like, I'm wearing a Never Surrender Trump t-shirt, and it's like, oh no, that's like trouble. Like, go f yourself.
Here's my answer to that. I think none of that should be like socially permitted.
What do you mean?
You both look.
It does. You have the right to look.
Yeah.
It's America.
But so what the masked person does too. Like, I don't think that the public is seeing the masked person and thinking anything besides, yeah, this person's not fully there.
What do you mean by that?
Like it's the same like that. If you're wearing a mask, a lot of people are gonna think you look because there's no reason.
Yeah, but you're mentally ill if you're wearing, unless you're Japanese or like.
Why are you being so like it doesn't really affect you that much.
It does, because there's people locked people in their houses and tried to make people get vaccinations and force people into a performative measure that does nothing. It's like authoritarian commie bullshit. And it has ruined people's lives, by the way. I don't think, by the way, I had like an agoraphobic episode last night. Like part of the thing of sitting in that lobby, I was like, I think I want to like get out of like, I don't want to be in public. And I think that's from me, partially from COVID, of like being locked up and spending so much time alone at home. I get like I get weirded out now, or it's my own thing. But they've caused all this stuff, and that girl is like, she's hiding her face. She hates herself.
I think it's a very, very bad look as a hostess.
A bad look. It's like, it's psychotic.
I mean, it's like
She should be fired. It should be like, no, you can't be a hostess. Like, you're fired. You're blocking your face.
Not this kind of establishment.
Anywhere, fine. Maybe at a queer establishment,
Yeah,
if you want to wear a mask as like some sort of like ridiculous.
But it's weird, how, like that. It has become a symbol of like gay people and poor health. Like it's
Yeah.
It doesn't
Like have you seen Ben Affleck's, like the daughter? Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner's daughter is like the poster child of all of this developmental and mental illness. And she wears like a mask and she's uglifying herself and hiding herself from the world and pretending to be trans and all this.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, the mask wearing, like, I agree that if I was gonna like slip into my like psychoanalytic and like aesthetics mode, like I agree with you, but it also just like I don't get why it bothers you so much.
Because you're not aware of the evil that has made this, like has normalized this for you, that you're just like going about your day and shrugging your shoulders or not even noticing anymore something that is so psychotic.
No, it's not.
It's
that.
like
it's you make the choice not to do that because then you end up like you, where you're just like stewing in anger at everybody. And it's like if I went down the street and really focused on everything.
No, I don't. We're having a conversation about it. It's become normalized for me also to see like 20%. I'm just like, oh yeah, masked person in a car. I have people who would send me like pictures and videos from other places that are like, can you believe this? This person's wearing a mask. Here it's like, maybe like how many people would you say? Is it like 10% of people wear masks all the time?
It's way less. It is way less.
I don't think so.
Oh my god.
I'll see
It's
masks.
so- it's crazy.
I'll see multiple masked people today and I'll have no reaction to it.
Yeah, that's like 2%. It's like I don't know. You can walk.
Are these people wearing
you can go
masks?
outside the window right now? We can count while we're doing this.
All right. If I see one, I'm gonna.
There's gonna be like 100 people that walk by. Like I'd be amazed if we get one in that whole time.
But you'll see masked people today.
Occasionally, but I do think that like there's something for me. It's less indicative of like these people want to control me and more like I think that there is a serious argument to be made about like a combination of COVID and the internet and whatever have like literally done something to these people's brains where they like it's given them some sort of paranoia or some sort of like I'm sure there's some I don't know what's a not they're not like hypochondriacs but like close to
They are
but
hypochondriacs.
it's something like that like it's they've been
They're
affected.
germaphobes, hypochondriacs.
Right, but-
They're scared. It's safetyism. They want to hide. They should go hide under their bed and like
but I don't know,
not
I-
be
I
in
just-
public.
I think it's more like
Yeah, like I went to Rainbow Acres during the pandemic and I had to wear a mask to go in there. And I got a phone call and like put my mask on. It was like a work phone call. And I spoke to this person for like 1 minute and was like, yeah, let me call you back when I get out of here, whatever. And this like aggressive woman behind the counter yelled at me across the store. It's like, sir, put your mask up. And there was a whole crowd of people that was behind the deli counter. And I lost it finally. And like, I like pointed my finger at her and I was like, don't tell me what to do. And there was a whole crowd of people. And then I went back to the nutrition section because I know the woman there and I know the owner of the place. And the owner of the place came up to me and she's like, you need to go apologize to her. And I'm like, no. And then this other woman interjected, who was not involved, and said, I saw the whole thing. I almost couldn't finish my order. I was shaking at the way he spoke to her. And she was wearing a socialism t-shirt and she was heavy. And I just turned to her and I said, like, well, you need to go home and like hide under your bed because you can't be out in public if that affected you in that way. So
I mean, I also think that like this is a symptom.
that's what like all
You
of that
also have
happened,
some
but that was
core
a
psychological issue.
no,
that's
but my
going on.
point is that was a normal visit to the supermarket during the pandemic. That's what these people did. It needs to be pushed back against.
It's just like
No, like we're Americans.
I don't want to care about. Like,
Well, you're just like you're just a young person who doesn't care.
but I mean, it's just first.
If
of
you
all,
maybe if you grew up during the Cold War, you would recognize this as like a core evil thing and push back against
but
it.
I
This
disagree-
is the
I disagree
this is
that
the
you
problem.
need- I feel like I have a good sense of like people and
But
energetic.
I think you do from probably like reading books and watching movies, but you didn't grow up in a
No, but
culture where there was
sure,
like
but I also think
a
there's
danger.
more, like there's a metaphysical thing where I think I can sense malevolence. I don't
you
know.
can.
I think so. Like I know when like I felt that before with people, but these people, it to me seems honestly like on the same scale as your issue that you have with people telling you what to do, but just the other
And
way.
my issue is like just leave me alone and let me do like as long as I'm not bothering
No, but
you,
it's more
let's just
like-
have freedom. These people want to tell me what to do. They want me to like not that girl wants me to not have dinner. She wants to ruin my evening. Like that's what she is motivated
Do
by.
you-
The woman in the deli wants to ruin my experience
Well,
and
I
wants to
think-
tell me what to do. It's an authoritarian impulse.
that woman
Like stand 6 feet back. And then have you noticed like what segment of the population was most active in enforcing the rules? Like old boomer ladies
Yeah.
with cats. That's the demographic that loves to tell you what to do, because they're all miserable.
Gen X moms.
Miserable. They're miserable
Yeah.
people.
No, I mean, I
Last night could have been a non-incident. She could have welcomed me in. I would have gone in with my
but
dog,
it wasn't
sat down and had
you
dinner.
made it an incident.
I know, but it just then
You
talk.
could've- you could've
I
just said,
picked
yes,
up on the metaphysical energy of the
you
experience
have to chill
and was
yourself.
like, I don't want to be in this energy.
You have to
Right?
protect yourself.
Wouldn't you like? I would just like,
No,
I don't
but
want to
you
sit
can't-
here
you
and
can't go through
this
life
girl's
like that.
walking around and she's like looking at me and has a mat. Like, this sucks. It
No,
sucks.
but you're creating that reality. Like you could have just said, yeah, she's a service dog, and then set down, and it would have been like a non-incident. There would have been nothing that.
I feel how I'm sensitive to.
I know, but
to
I think
energy.
that's what I'm saying. Like that you need to. That's okay, but you need to learn how to protect yourself from that sensitivity. Like you need to.
No, it could just be like, no. When you go to a nice place and the owner, whoever is behind it, has done like a really considerate job. Like if you have to go to Japan, when you go to a place in Japan that's like extraordinary, there's a feeling of joy that one feels. It's like, it's joy. You're like, wow, this person cares so much. This was done with love. It's beautiful. And like they're bringing joy to other human beings. That's at the core of the experience. No, this is like, is that a service dog? I have a mask on. Do you have a problem with it? Oh, like I'm gonna kick you out of here and you. That's like this is cunty communism.
So why do you think that? Because to me, that the tone of that interaction could be entirely contrived by you. Like
no,
but she
was. I'm telling you, she was like.
There's no reality where she was like told like this. Maybe
it was the first thing. It was not like, here's the menu, sir. Like if you'd like to join us, I do need to make sure that your dog is a service dog. Is she a service dog? No. Is that it was like it was a gotcha. She got me.
She's bad people skills. Like it's not.
No, she's sick. She's like she's a sadistic person. That's sadism. She wanted to ruin my evening and cause me ruin my experience. And she would have felt pleasure. She probably felt pleasure that I, wait a minute. She probably felt pleasure that I turned around and walked away. She was like, I got him. I prevented him. Even if she it might even be unconscious, but she took pleasure in it. This is the sickness. This is the resentment that's also at the heart of communism and leftism. It's resentment.
One more thing. Few things. We'll get into the political aspect of it in a second. But first, do you not think that even if you're right, like even if let's say that was what was
yes,
you're right. But in some sense, like the way that this impacts you and like the way that like your belief of this fact and choice to have it dominate your reality is a personal one, and like you have agency in deciding that that's maybe not. You can just say, I don't know, maybe who knows what her deal is, and just not choose to like spend 12
I think I'm
hours.
too. No, I'm not like it didn't disturb. I haven't been like tossing and turning in bed thinking about this girl with her mask on. I was just like, oh, another thing.
I know, but that's
the bigger issue is I don't even go out anymore. Like I rarely go to restaurants anymore because they're disgusting. Like restaurants are disgusting. All of the food is disgusting.
I mean, you're right.
I don't care like what
true.
Restaurant is. I was even going to that place. I was like, this is going to be expensive and disgusting. Maybe I'll just have a steak and I can get away with having that and it'll be good. But the food is basically going to be disgusting because it's a restaurant. But I want to watch the sunset and like sit here and my dog gets to lie on the floor and it's like a pleasant, I'm just marking like the passage of time, whatever.
I mean, you're right about that.
But I should be able to the bigger issue is that things that are done with love are good and things that are not suck. And whoever was behind that place last year, even, and the year before when I went there, there was like a sense of joy and hospitality, and it's not there anymore. It's like it's a cunty place. So I don't know if I'll go back there. Now it's like, well, can you it sucks. Yeah. One of the funniest things I've heard in like the last year is that, do you know that Alan Watts was like a raging alcoholic? And like all those recordings that you hear that are like, you must surrender, live with joy. He was like drinking a bottle of vodka a day and chain smoking and like having affairs with all these. He was just like a drunken lunatic. It's like absolute foolishness. And now I hear in yoga classes, the teacher, there's like an Alan Watts clip. And now I just hear, I'm just like, the guy's like hammered, you know, which isn't to say he like maybe has a few like interesting things to say about spirituality, whatever. But he obviously like did not address his own demons. He was just like hammered.
We were gonna, okay, I'm glad this came up because you told me before that you had something along these lines to say. But
what?
The thing that I'm coming to is like, it's true that like 99% of the people who are in this world and claim to be shamanistic in some way or have wisdom are
they're fraudulent.
Right. No, but the thing is, like, I don't know that their brokenness inherently devalues their, like, there's you can still learn from people who aren't totally healed. And
I totally agree with you.
And so
I agree with that.
The thing that I said yesterday off camera is
you're off camera,
off microphone, is that I think that you could be broken and like still have a lot to work.
Yes, have insights.
But not only maybe even have some sort of magical power in some regard. Like I don't.
Yes.
So you said you had something.
So I watched this documentary that actually my neighbor made. He was in a cult for 20 years. It's called what is it called? I forgot. I think it's on Netflix. It's called whatever. But I was thinking about this yesterday because the leader of that cult, he had something. Had some level of like consciousness. It wasn't just his narcissism that drew people to him. And there's a moment in the documentary where he like brings them in one by one and like looks them, and they say that he like touched their foreheads or something, and they sort of like fell over. So I think there was some level of consciousness that this guy like attained or whatever, but then he like used it to take advantage of them and like sexually abuse them.
Yeah.
So I think like there was something real. I guess my point is like there's something real about what that guy did. He was in touch with something and was able to like use it against all of these people to take advantage of them.
I think that most cult leaders are probably like truly like whatever they feel about being like handpicked by God, or I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that's the essence of the feeling, whether or not that's the logistical nature of it. Like, I think that's true. Like, I think,
or it's just like sociopathy.
I don't know. I think that like in the same way that I feel like, I think that because anybody can tap into this, like the universe is engineered in my favor, and then it starts proving itself over and over again. Because anybody can do that, but like if you're more energetically open and like can really quickly harness that, then yeah, you do have some sort of
like Bikram, like all these like yogis.
Yeah,
people like worshipped him. He was also like a total fraudster, but he had something.
And it seems like a lot of the men in this space like get very egoically, like it goes to their head quickly in a way that lends itself to like some sort of like they become like charismatic, and then they're attractive, and it's like it's hard to.
And then you like start fingering somebody.
right.
That's
it's hard to stay grounded in the life.
To not just be like, I'm gonna finger her.
Yeah, right. It's hard.
Yeah. No, I like that. Yeah, that's like That's fair.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's like a real test of like somebody's spiritual development.
Yeah.
Is like, are you not gonna like the girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sort of the same thing with like rock stars. It's like John Lennon. Like I don't know, because it's like you can, once you have the power that you've been given by your, what are you looking
Not my phone. Nothing.
at?
Once you have the power,
Like once you've been bestowed with some sort of, like you've been given a gift in your charisma and fame and whatever. It's like it's hard not to go crazy with that. Yeah.
well, John Lennon can do. A rock star can do like whatever he wants. That's like the whole point of
But so
his
can- but so can, like, a
existence.
guru.
But like a guru or a yogi is like theoretically in a teacher-student relationship where they're trying to help someone achieve enlightenment of some sort, and they're like
And you
manipulating and using it to like get their dick wet.
Yeah.
It's like there's like clearly something off about that, right?
Yeah.
It's a
They all
different
do.
like,
It's like all of them.
yeah, you can't really blame. I mean,
But
you know,
but there's not. But it's just the only reason you can't really blame them is because 99.9% of people don't, like, just live in mired by sin and just are totally unvirtuous and not who they say they are. So
yeah,
It's
everyone
like-
wishes they could. Every like man like wishes they could do that.
right. So at that point, it's like, yeah, but I can blame them, but the only reason I can't is because it's just everybody.
Do you think every man there's like a like every man wishes they were like a cult leader with like access to like the first 20 minutes of that documentary? They're basically the cult was here in LA. It was called the Buddha Circle, and they the guy only selected like really good looking men and women, and it looked like they would go on these retreats to like Ojai or up to the lake. Everyone's like hot. It's like summer camp for hot people, and this guy just had access. Like, who wouldn't want that?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing to me that the cult members weren't like. There's
You know what my neighbor told me also?
what?
Once he was in that cult for 20 years. He was like having a tough day. He was like, I think I was happier in the cult.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. The cult, like
It was like a better, it
it's
was
awesome.
like,
I mean, it's awesome. Like that's what California is all about, baby.
yeah,
Like,
I've thought about like there's a cult. I like, would it be so bad to go join a cult in like Hawaii
no, of course not.
of just like good looking, healthy people? Everything's like set up and you just sort of like, it's just kind of a joke.
But you're gonna have to deal with like drama. That there's like trysts and love triangles and like sexual politics. Like
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, but it wouldn't be like in the dorky, like the poly way that
you
exists
know that
now.
every girl you like is gonna go sleep with other people.
Yes.
She sleeps with you.
Yeah. And everyone, yeah.
And she's not even gonna have any sort of like, everyone's emotionally broken, which is
Yeah.
because you are too. So it doesn't.
Oh, come on.
It doesn't.
I'm doing the work.
But yeah, I think that like being in a cult is like probably like, I hadn't even considered that, but that's like a life hack, like fourth option besides like
Yeah.
homelessness. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
I was thinking about like, I knew this guy who went to prison for a couple of years. I worked on like a Christmas tree farm like 10 years ago. And this guy, one of the guys there, he used to call me White Boy Lost. That was his nickname for me. Because I showed up to at this Christmas tree lot in like East LA, and they employed felons, like former felons, because the guy who started the thing was like a do-gooder who went on Shark Tank, and the Christmas trees were like, they didn't chop them down, they were potted, and they would take the Christmas tree back so you could have the same one for your family every year. But the truth is, all the Christmas trees died, and they just bought new ones. But all the workers were former felons. So I showed up the first day, I was wearing like Birkenstocks and like hiking shorts because I didn't know like what the thing was. And then there were these black dudes from Compton that were all like, they just started laughing at me. And like my shoes and everything. And the guy started calling me white boy lost. But I became friends with him. And then he went to prison for 2 years. And when he got out, he just disappeared. Like I saw like we texted once in a while, he disappeared. And then I got a message from some like random number one day. I'm like, who is this? His nickname was Gregnog, like eggnog for the Christmas thing. And he was just like, yeah, I went away. And I'm like, where? Like, I'm like, oh, did he go live in Mexico for a couple of years? And he goes, no, I had to go away. And he had gone to prison for a couple of years. And then I thought about it. I'm like, for his life, it's sad. But for his life, I think it was almost like just a break. You just like go to prison. Everything's like, you don't have to worry. I'm not kidding.
Yeah,
like that's what prison is. It's just like, you just kind of like, you just like chill for a couple of years.
Is a tragedy for people who have better things to be doing.
Yeah, 100%. But I was like thinking about that yesterday for some reason. I'm just like, oh yeah, you could just like chill. Everything.
But it's like if I went to prison now, it'd be a tragedy. It would just be like, what like wasted potential, like just like a calamity. But if I spent like 30 years like hopping trains and like I really didn't amount to anything. And
yeah, it's like a break.
She's like, yeah, I guess I'll do that.
Yeah. I think he flashed a gun at somebody or something.
Yeah, but it's almost worth theory for a bit because those are your people in there too. So it's not.
Yeah, you're like plugged in. There's community.
Yeah, right.
You have community in prison.
Of course, more so than
I asked them, all the guys, it was mostly black dudes, and then there was like a couple of Mexicans and me. And I asked them what I would do in prison. They were like talking about all the stuff that you do, that you become like MacGyver in there and like figure out how to do stuff. And I was like, what would I do? Like he goes, you're small, so you'd like crawl into small spaces and shit, I'm like, really? And he's like, no, you idiot. Like, they just made fun of me like the entire time. But that's what we've lost. Like there's that, which I think happens when I work, like in my working life when I was younger and like worked in restaurants and shit. You just like joke around with people. You can make racist jokes. Like they made jokes to me, I made jokes to them, and then people respect each other. And there's like this camaraderie or whatever, like it's all good. And then this bullshit came in and it's like ruined all of that. So you can't it prevents you from connecting with people. Like that girl at the restaurant wants to like catch you. She wants to catch me saying like whatever. And meanwhile, this guy's calling me like white boy lost and like whatever. Like it's like funny.
Episode 10, white boy lost. I think that could be the show title.
That was going to be my memoir. Is going to be called White Boy Lost. Because the guy would catch me. I'd just be like staring at the trees. There were rows of trees, and I'd just be like staring at the trees, like wondering what's happened to me. Like, what happened? And then I'd like snap out of it for a second and be like,
I guess the thing that I was going to say earlier about your political analysis of the Casa del Mar situation is that, like, I think that you're like, obvious. I'm very like, I mean, I don't even want to. It's so I can't even like. I'm not gonna say anti-woke, but like I agree that mentality has corrupted
young people, right?
Yeah, but I'll give you an alternative theory of the case here.
Okay.
That it's more just the internetification and polarization, and I think that the people, the Trump people, are equally snowflakey and equally like trying to police what you do. There are a lot of
How so?
it's
Like, what's an example of policing, like a MAGA policing stuff?
I mean, they're very anti-trans, anti-queer. Which to me is like the ultimate form of like, if you're truly libertarian, not dumb word, but like lowercase l.
Libertarians gay,
No,
but
I'm sure, but like if you're truly like don't tread on me, which is how you and I are.
so I agree with you
But
on
it's like, but these conservative losers want to tell people who they can like. No, you can't do that.
so okay. Here's my position on this. I believe that conservative lifestyles make people happier, and they're sort of like what God intended for us. So let me finish. So I believe that these people are correct, and I agree with them that people are happier and are supposed to have like families and kids and get married and have like a spiritual life and do all that stuff. That's like what a human being is supposed to do. At the same time, I find the idea of prescribing lifestyle choices and trying to enforce them on people is gay and counterproductive and stupid.
You should take that clip and
So-
splice it with you telling the people not to wear masks to be at.
No, that's like an inappropriate.
It's like
She can wear a
the
mask all
thing
she
that
wants.
you just
Not
said-
in
the
a
thing
no.
that
That's
you-
not
the
true.
thing that
That's
you-
not
the thing
true.
that
That's
you
not true.
just said is the
That
exact
person's-
thing that I'm trying to say about you.
The person's job is to like represent a restaurant. Okay, that's like a violation of code.
No, but
You
were
cannot
talking about them on the
wear
street and in
a
the
mask.
car. It's not.
No,
you
they're
bad.
allowed to. I am not in favor of a law preventing them from wearing a mask. But I can say whatever the and think
Sure.
whatever the I want about them, just like a conservative can think about you whatever they want
But
to.
I'm-
What I agree with you on is that they shouldn't be like prescribing lifestyle choices to people. It's like off.
Yeah.
Like let people do whatever they do
But that's-
anyway,
so-
and people arrive at lifestyles mostly. Like when you just force someone from a young age, usually they wind up like reacting to it and not doing what you prescribe to them. So to hear, I know exactly what you're talking about, like hearing like Matt Walsh's thing about like therapy and whatever. And you're just like, I'm watching this guy. I have my own views on therapy. I don't think it's very helpful, but I'm also like, dude, you just seem like an angry, like you're just like an angry old sack. And you're like
Yeah.
telling like off. Let people just like people will
Because-
arrive at their own path.
Here's what else. Like I don't think in my exploration.
So I'm not against like it's not a people should not have surgery and I'm being honest with you. I don't think people should do that. If they're 18 and adults, like they're allowed to do that.
And I don't think
So
that people
whatever.
should be, like,
But
the
if they're
idea
under
to me-
18,
the idea to
I'm
me
against
that,
it.
like, somebody like me would be offended by you saying that. By you saying that is just absurd. Like I don't think the idea that anyone who's
Agree.
trans is like relying on the approval of like I think when I hear you say that, really I think that you just don't like you don't have my experience, so there's no way you would know that. But it's more just like even I could be even harsher. I could think, okay, you're being retarded, but it's okay. I don't need your validation for my decision making. And that we've lost that too. That
The validation is
Yeah.
like the biggest thing.
pathetic.
Like
It's
you
pathetic.
mentioned David Bowie the other day. Like I think about this all the time. It's like David Bowie was trans, like ish. He cross-dressed. He did not seek the approval of the establishment. He was countercultural.
It's so crazy that
Young
that
people
all
are
these
not
trans people,
countercultural.
like,
They're losers.
yes. But
Like
here's
don't
the-
ask, do you want mommy to intervene on your behalf and like do you want society at large to make you feel safe and okay? No. Like the whole idea of being punk is like, I don't care. Like I'm gonna do the opposite.
But it doesn't even have to be like
Whatever.
Just do whatever you want.
Yes.
Just don't like pay it no mind.
Agree.
But I think that the thing that I was gonna say was that like in my like I know and have many complaints about contemporary young people, and yeah, the leftism and wokeism that has infected a lot of us is terrible. But I don't. It's not like all the MAGA kids are like doing life right. Like they suck too. Like it's not. There's not. It's not.
I don't know. As long as they don't want, as long as they're not communists, like I don't
But
really
they're
give a
in-
shit.
Like they're just.
Of course they, sure, they're young people, but as long as they don't want to control other people, like it's fine.
But they do want to control it. Like that's the thing. Everybody wants to control other people now. Everybody wants to.
No, I think like people are like MAGA is basically pro freedom, common sense pro freedom. That's what it is.
I just don't really get. You're making that up. Like it's not.
No, I'm not.
It's. I think that the most like. I don't know if like Thomas Massey was president. Like we would have.
Oh God,
Like that would be like
that
we
loser.
need a libertarian because-
Dude, I
I
hate
do too.
libertarians are leftists essentially.
I think
They're
that-
children.
It's funny that you think
They
I think that
opt
they're-
out of all
they're-
they're doing is opting out
Yeah,
of the
I mean, you don't
reality
have
of
to
the
convince- You
world.
don't have to convince it. Like
Yes.
yes,
That's
they're-
what a
they're
libertarian is.
delusional and
It's like you're sitting on the sidelines and being a
It's also it's yes, it's gay because it's not it's
yeah, you're not being an adult. You're not like
I don't-
facing
I
reality.
don't think that it's possible. Like for I don't want to be a part. I don't want to like do any of like I hate politics. Like I don't want to participate.
I do too.
But it's not. But I think that there's a way to do that without like libertarianism is having your cake and eating it too. It's like oh like it's trying to.
The
politically
worst thing
involve
about
yourself in it.
libertarians is like seeing they're all like tech people now, and they believe that like cryptocurrency and the non-aggression principle, and they post this stuff on Twitter. And there was somebody posted a picture of like a pioneer, like in the 19th century, a frontiersman who was like going west and facing all of the like the challenges of the physical world, like trying just surviving. And now like some gay libertarian behind a keyboard is like, I want my Bitcoin. And I'm like, these people wouldn't last like 2 seconds, like in a libertarian society, like without central government.
Right.
And if they had to fend for
But this is-
themselves,
that's
it's
the-
fucking
The
gay.
term has been corrupted, but like you're in my ideology that the one that we share is inherently. We can pick another word for it, but like libertarian in its pro freedom. I don't care. Like give me a term. to use.
Whatever,
It's-
MAGA,
no,
America
no,
first.
This is the point I'm making. Is that those people you're deluding yourself. And thinking
No,
that
they're
those
all
guys
they're
also
f***ing
don't wanna-
of course they're like yeah. So Americans are like period, end of story. Most people. The best we can do is MAGA.
No,
That's the best we can do right now.
because I think that like if you
Americans don't understand like foreign policy or geopolitics or like they don't understand that stuff. So
but MAGA is prone like not MAGA but the administration, the current administration is prone to abusing like its pro freedom ideology and corrupting it and trying to
prevent who from doing what?
I mean I don't want to go into there's a lot of stuff that is just
Like what? Like what is one
But I think that-
area
I think that,
of
like,
where the Trump administration is like curtailing anybody's freedom?
I mean I would say immigration and ICE, but I know that
You mean for people who aren't
that's not-
citizens who
no,
are
but
breaking the
it's not-
law?
That's not what's happening.
Yes, it is.
But I think that the thing that I'm trying to get at, like, when you have, I don't want to talk about
The
this.
politics is gay. Like the Trump administration, like
It's just bewildering to me that you like.
no, I'm not. I am like I'm MAGA, but I'm not like any being a part of any political movement or being an activist is gay.
Yeah, of course.
Like you're an
But-
activist.
But let's be very clear, like gay.
That just
as in-
means you're like
as in,
you're
no, but it's
captured.
inauthentic. Like you've been programmed into thinking that you need to.
Yeah, it's a
like,
it becomes like a
somebody else's
personality, and
Yeah, no,
yeah.
but it's a program and it's not you. And
There's a great Thomas Sewell quote about political activists. They're just like useless members of society, basically.
Yeah, but I think that we should, like, if you really wanted to do away with this system, just stop. Like just go do your own shit and stop.
No,
focusing on,
we can't. Like w- we are facing like a communist takeover. We are. I know this sounds insane. It's
does
true.
make sense.
It's
But
all
this is,
true.
Like you're doing it too.
It's
Like,
all
just-
true.
Just stop. Just let it go. Like
No, I don't.
Just
I
let it
can't.
go. Just
I'm
go-
not going.
just
I don't
go.
want to be. No.
just go complain about.
No, I don't
people
want to
in the
be
hotel.
like. No
Just do what
way.
you wanna do. It doesn't
No, we
matter.
have like we talk about spirituality a lot. The inheritance, your spiritual inheritance for which you should feel gratitude, which almost no young people feel because their parents fucked up and didn't pass this along, is that you live in the greatest country in the history of the world and have more freedom than any human being that has ever lived. So when people do gratitude practices and all this shit, they should feel gratitude for this country, for the US military, and what has come before.
I mean, I think
Like
it's
that is
the
no,
truth.
that is the
I agree with
like
you. I
you should
agree
feel
with
that
you.
in your
I
heart.
agree with you, and I
Like
do it every
that
day.
is gratitude.
Everything I write
Not like
is a.
I
is
have a matcha,
is
like
something
I'm
to-
grateful for my matcha and whatever, like you.
I think that
You know?
you're-
Not you, but
absolutely-
you.
I know you're that. Is,
Like that should be the gratitude
that's our common
practice.
ground here. I think
It's like
that
wake
there-
up every morning and be like, holy shit, like I can do this like gay meditative life because of all of this shit.
Yes.
I don't have like a boot on my neck, like somewhere, which is
and-
the reality of most human beings throughout the history of human beings.
Yeah.
Like we're so lucky.
it's unbelievable.
And
that,
that's what's under threat, which is why it needs to be pushed back against, like in whatever shape or form
if
people are
you
doing.
walk around, if you walk
So
around,
I wear my
people-
Trump stuff. Like I will push back against. I don't give a shit. It's so disgraceful that people have not like. How can you not push back against
I mean,
this?
it's
Like you're gonna
Hold on,
put
hold
up
on.
with this?
Two things.
Sorry, I just
Things.
like
I agree with the point. It's ridiculous to me that there are people who go around here and buy their $10 coffee.
That-
They buy $10 coffees, they go to Pilates classes, and they come in here, and I ask them how they're doing. They're like, fucking Trump. Like, they're just like, it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's
yes,
insanity. It's ludicrous. And like, it's the
they're
most
totally
No,
propagandized.
it is. They've been poisoned. Like,
Yeah.
it's unbelievable.
So is the girl at the restaurant to bring this closer. So is the girl at the restaurant.
Listen, I think that my response to you in terms of how can you not react with indignation is that if you're truly like any person who's mystical in some, like authentically mystical in some way, and is in tune with some energetic thing in
Yeah.
ways that, like, I feel like I am not to the full extent, but I feel like I can pick up on
Sure.
that to some extent. Like, it's just the thing that you realize very quickly is it's fine. Like, it's fine. It's gonna be fine. Like, it doesn't matter. Nothing is going not the way it's supposed to. It's all happening the way it's meant to happen. All time is now. Whatever. Like, it doesn't. To respond with indignation is to fall prey to this.
The division. The division. I've fallen into the division of the
You
thing.
have, but it is-
Someone has to push, but like
But no,
I don't.
I just let them do that. Like,
I go back and forth. Like I don't understand like all of these peaceniks and stuff. I listen to Ram Dass all the time. I'm like, he actually said exactly what I said in something I listened to the other day, where he's like, we really are lucky. Like we're so lucky. And this was in like the 70s. Like someone right now is like wearing an American military uniform with a gun and is like holding watch so that the rest of us can carry on with our foolishness and like go to a Pilates class
Yeah.
and have a matcha and complain about Trump. Like somebody else is doing that spiritual work.
Yeah,
That is spiritual work.
it's
Like
noble.
those are the greatest people in our society. And like I struggle with like how to I don't want to get caught up in the division. I don't want to spend my life arguing with people. Oh, okay. We got to wrap up. That's it.
Well, what's our closing?
There's no closing. It's just that's it.
Because